Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play SaGa 2, Goddess of Destiny. We finally got back all of the relics from Apollo, who thought he had them all, but it turns out he was missing one, and for it, he died. Unfortunately, Father is dying as well. He's lying here on his deathbed, taking his last gasps of air, but he did it all for us. He threw himself in front of Apollo's final attack, and now it looks like for all of the rough spots he's been through, it looks like it's finally time for the Colonel to say goodnight. And it's a shame, but hey, Natsumer's got a great idea here. We have all the relics. We're like practically gods in our own right. We have 78 of them. We have enough to assemble the goddess statue. You would think that we would be able to do something about this, right? We shouldn't have to suffer the death of a friend when we have all of this power on our side after we've done so much. But Father objects. He doesn't want to see the relics used that way. But Virtue's got a point. We don't know what will happen if we use the relics' power. I mean, Apollo didn't know either, and it ended up killing him. And we don't want to see that happen to us, but Zenith's on our side. He's got the idea. Natsumer agrees. Looks like we all want to do this thing. We don't want to see Father die this way. Like, he's one of us. Like, we've made it through all of these fights with his help and with the help of the Guardians. So, with everyone's support, we're going to use the relics. He really doesn't want us to do it. But yeah, this is true. We made a promise to Mother that we were going to bring him back, and I don't intend to give up on that promise right now. So let's channel the power of these 78 relics, all of these relics that we've obtained. We've come all of this way, and look what happens. We have assembled the statue of the goddess, and she's appeared before us. I am one of the ancient gods. Why is everything shaking? You don't have to explain. If you look into your mind, I'll understand. Okay, I'm not sure how I feel about her reading our thoughts like that. But yes, we have to save our father, and she does it. She does it. the goddess. It was just a bit of a debt of gratitude. We did, after all, reassemble her from the relics, and with that, he's saved. You really are a goddess, aren't you? Close enough. Close enough. All right, yeah, but she's right. We have to do something about this shaking, or else the world's gonna fall apart completely. Ever since we started collecting these relics, there's been some earthquakes, and it sounds like they've finally come to a crescendo here. Yes, but a goddess does not have the power to stop the quaking now. We have to go to the center of the world, and since she can't do it alone, we've come all this way with the relics, and she helped us bring back her father, so I feel that we owe it to her to finish this up. Yes, if you were wondering what was going to happen after we defeated Apollo, it seemed like all was done. But, oh, and I have an event. I'm going to hit that button and see what that is. Probably something friendship specific, since that's the team title I've got, the Kindred Spirits. What is that? What is that little twig coming up to us? I can't... What is that? Oh, I know what it is. It's a Haniwa. Okay. Or, apparently it's called a Dogu in this, right? What was that Dogu running toward the stairs? Oh, it was a Haniwa. I had it right the first time. Yeah, so this Haniwa is an optional enemy in this game that drops a very unique weapon if you're able to defeat it. I guess I was mistaken. Yeah, teacher said it was unbelievably strong, even though it's just a clay doll. But anyway, enough of that business for now. Hey, wait, where's she going? Where's the goddess going? Good grief, she's pushy. Goddess joined the team. Okay. All right, so apparently she's called Goddess in this. She was called Isis in Final Fantasy Legend 2, and she was called Megami in the original SaGa 2. But yeah, Megami, just Japanese for goddess, so it seems like that's a more appropriate translation. And if you'll excuse me for a moment, there's a knocking on my door. I'm sorry about that interruption. Okay, let's take a look at our new character, the Goddess. So she was created when we assembled the 78 relics, so as such, she has some powers that are appropriate to being composed of those relics. And I believe you'll recognize them, starting out with the Masamune, and following that with the Aegis Shield, yes. The two powers that we saw Apollo use against us and that we've used for ourselves in the past, the Goddess has permanently. She also has the Goddess's Heart Relic that we saw Virtue using, and to great effect, I might add, in that Apollo fight. Additionally, she has the Eye of Truth here. Does this actually do anything? Here, interesting. Okay, so I guess they just decided to fill up her remaining inventory spaces with things like this so that you wouldn't be able to give her additional items, because this doesn't appear to have any effect. Like, this is a relic we already have, right? Wait, it has the effect all allies? Alright, maybe I'll try using this in battle. Except it has a dash. I don't know what this is. Okay, she also has the Angel Wings, which is a weird thing to have in an inventory space because, like, I already have the teleport power. Oh, I guess that because she has the angel wings, I can actually use this to teleport without using up my map ability count. That's pretty useful, actually. I can see that coming in handy. Also, she has Flare, the ultimate magic. Those Flare tomes have 10 uses each, but it seems her ability only has 5 uses. Still, since she can fall back on the infinite use Masamune for combat, I don't mind her having this alternate option 5 times. Additionally, she has All, which is that effect bestowed by the Aegis Shield. She has that permanently. Also, regeneration, similar to what we've seen werewolf enemies have in the past, a little bit of HP healing each turn. And if you'll direct your attention over to the left, you can see that she has a 99 in all 4 attributes: strength, spirit, agility, and defense. She did, after all, inherit all of those crystal relics. The crystal relics, which not only increased each of the 4 stats, but also gave protection from individual elements. She's inherited all of that stuff. And before we go too much deeper into this new place, though, to the center of the earth to save us all from that shaking, before I do that, I think I'm gonna head back to Final Town, take a rest at the inn there, and then make maybe one final stop by the Garden of the Muses. It looks like my hunch was correct. After all that fighting we did in Nasty Dungeon, I thought one of the muses might be ready to start supporting us. Oop, it's not that one. It is Thalia, it appears. So let's go ahead and check in on Thalia, see what she has to say. Welcome to my garden. Pinpoint your enemy's weaknesses with accuracy. Use your head in battle. I offer my assistance to you, Elodie. When my power is needed, call on me. Very excited to see Thalia beginning to assist us. That's nearly all of the muses now. Now, so with her aid, and now that I've rested back in Final Town, let's head back to Central Temple. And we're back. What's this way, I wonder? There's this platform out here in the middle, but I can't seem to actually use it for anything, so I guess we'll be getting to that a little bit later on. For now, we're gonna head back this way through this dark corridor where we formerly met Apollo. We're going to head down to where the center of the world is. Yes, it seems. Oh, Father's still lying here. I thought we brought him back. Is he not? All right, I guess he's just gonna rest right there. See you in a little bit, Father. We've got some business to do. Fortunately, oh, whoa. Oh no, this is one way, and then I got hit from behind because I was trying to retreat to get to a better position. Now we're fighting 2 groups at once. We have a semi-human, Rocks, Gunfish, and a Sleipnir, and of course it's a surprise attack because I got hit from behind like that. Ooh, taking a lot of damage right off the bat. It would have been really nice to have gotten that Aegis shield off now that we finally got it back. Though I guess not being equipped to Elodie, it's a little less useful than it used to be, since it's not going to neutralize attacks done against her, only against Goddess, and Goddess is on the bottom of the party. Starting things out with a limit drive. Wow, nice and early in the fight. We'll see if it makes a difference. We've got enemies that cast Tornado here, which is a pretty frightening position. Getting chomped on by those fish, and swatted with their tails as well. And then, of course, Goddess restores a little bit of her own HP at the end of the round with that regeneration ability of hers. What am I even going to do here? Let's see. I've got this Staff of Healing on Zenith. Oh yeah, I changed up my inventory slightly. No big changes though. Let's see. What do I want to do? Okay. Staff of Healing with Zenith, that seems like a good start. We'll use the Vulcan gun with Natsmer, put that on those rocks, along with the Excalibur from Virtue. And then Goddess is going to... See, I don't think the Aegis Shield is actually going to be super useful here. I think I'm going to use the Goddess's Heart with her. It seems silly to pull the trigger on this thing right away since I can only use it once per rest, but this is a situation in which I definitely need its help. So I'm going to use it here, and if I knew I was going to do that, maybe I wouldn't have used the Staff of Healing with Zenith, but he's far enough down in the initiative order that I think him using that Staff of Healing is probably still going to have some effect. Luckily, everyone is immune to that spell there, as well as to this blindness. Alright, if they're all just going to use things like this, trying to lower my agility and inflict me with status effects I'm immune to, I'm quite okay with that. Really terrified of those tornado attacks, though. It's surprising to see Sleipnir here in this fight, since it was part of that Odin mini-boss not all that long ago, and I was pretty frightened of it back then. It obviously wasn't the most damaging opponent in that fight, but still definitely posed a challenge. Okay, now Elodie finally gets a turn. I removed that Flare Tome of hers that only had a couple of uses left and gave her a Staff of Healing. So she and Zenith both have full Staves of Healing right now, or at least they did at the start of the fight. We'll use a Psycho Blast there. And should I use the Staff of Healing? Nah, I don't want to do that. I wonder if this Hell Wheel, if it's even worth bothering with. I think I should use these taijutsu techniques that I've already started on. We'll attack Sleipnir there, put the Excalibur over on the Gunfish, and I don't think the Aegis Shield is actually going to do anything really relevant, so we'll use the Masamune, and we'll put that on the Semi-Human behind us. There we go, hit that for a little over 500 damage. That goddess is fast, that 99 agility pretty much guarantees that even if she's not using a shield, she's very likely to go early in the battle. Getting hit with a Drain. I always hate that Drain attack. Every enemy that has had Drain has been a real thorn in my side. Okay, passing a combo attack at long last, a virtue. Have not seen a lot of combo attacks in this fight, despite the limit drive being invoked. Zenith gets hit with a tail there. Let's continue using the Mountain Storm. We'll put that on the Semi-Human, put the Excalibur on the Gunfish, and we'll put the Masamune back there on the Semi-Human as well. Finish that guy off, if at all possible this round. That fin attack, I'm not too threatened by it. These fish in general, the way they move is really funny to me, especially that. Yeah, that huge Pac-Man chomp of theirs. It's so ridiculous looking. Alright, here we go. Another Deus Cutter from Virtue, it looks like, powering him up with a combo attack there. I should have bought more threads while I was up there in the Garden of the Muses. I knew I was forgetting something. I guess that was it. Hit one of those fish with the Masamune. Unfortunately, not a group targeting attack the way the Excalibur is, but that's okay. At least it deals a lot of damage. But not quite enough to take down these Gunfish, which apparently have a lot of HP. Slowly chipping away at Zenith with those fin swipes of theirs. And this Deus Cutter might be enough to wrap things up. Will it be good enough? Oh yeah, 2,000 damage. I'm sure that's enough. We get a Spirit increase for Zenith. That's an interesting stat to see increasing there, along with Agility. And we get some meat from the Gunfish. Oh, I guess Zenith's Spirit increased because he did use the Staff of Healing. That makes sense. And we get an evaluation from Repsira because Elodie and Natsmer did not make it to the end of the fight. I see another guy charging me already, but I need to heal before I do anything else. It almost wouldn't be a bad idea to go back to the inn after that fight, given that I would really like the use of that Goddess's Heart back. Also, just using up Cure to heal everyone is getting pretty costly. I had to use 9 uses of Cure just to bring everyone back to full. So there's a good chance that I'll be either using one of the 2 cottages that I brought along, or teleporting back to Final Town and resting at the inn there. Let's see if I can avoid this guy. Actually, let's switch over to Stealth, or maybe Dash would be better. Yeah, let's switch over to Dash and use that to get away from this guy here. Try to get in fewer encounters if at all possible. Okay, there we go. You have to stand still for a moment to actually activate the dash, but once you do, you can easily outrun just about anybody. And it even continues from screen to screen, which is really nice. Ooh, okay, I ran into some slimes there. I was fast enough to get by them, but I did not position myself just correctly. So we have another challenging encounter against 2 groups of enemies. We have Sandworms, a G7, Black Puddings, and Evil Eyes. Alright, let's start things out with the Psycho Blast. And we'll use the... Should I do the preemptive Staff of Healing with Zenith? I'm really tempted to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to preemptively Staff of Healing there. It might be a little bit wasteful, but against so many enemies, I am a little bit worried. We'll put the Vulcan Gun on the Evil Eyes. And we'll put the Excalibur on the Sandworms. And we're going to start with an Aegis Shield here, because even though the actual shielding effect won't be super useful with Goddess being on the bottom of the party, the immunities are very likely to come into play with enemies like the Evil Eyes around here. Won't do anything against the G7s, but yeah, that's what I want to avoid. Well, actually the Destruction Beam I don't have any recourse against, but I know that they'll probably cast things like Break on me, and I would prefer to be immune to that if at all possible. And Dissolve attacks from those metal slimes, or Black Puddings, whatever they're called. Alright, I should be immune to this Blindness at least. Blindness is not one of my concerns, Destruction Beam is, but Goddess has 999 HP. So yeah, in the scope of things, not that effective. Also not that effective is the Staff of Healing as used by Zenith. His Spirit stat is quite low, so he's not going to be healing nearly as much as Elodie does, but it still definitely helps out. Alright, there we go, Vulcan Gun. Probably not enough to finish off those Evil Eyes. Ugh, Elodie goes down from that Dissolve. Alright, Excalibur enough to fight those worms? Yes, it is. Alright, G7 regenerates a little bit, not a problem. Okay, so with Zenith this turn, let's use the Mountain Storm. Put that on the G7 since it's the only solitary opponent. And the group opponents I'll put everyone else on. Let's see, what do I want to do over here with the Goddess? She can cast Flare. Oh, yeah, Flare hits everyone. I was thinking for some reason that Flare was a group targeting attack, but no, it's an all targeting attack. That makes it a wonderful choice in this situation. So yeah, let's definitely use the Flare with the Goddess here. Maybe just finish out some of these opponents straight up. Oh yeah, taking out everyone except the black puddings. That's a great way to start things out. That character is going to be a great boon to me and my party. I would just much rather have the Aegis Shield back on Elodie. I liked having it on the person who was on the top of my party, but that's okay. I'm just happy having it back at all. And another spirit increase for Zenith, making his healing a little bit better if he continues to do that in the future. And agility as well. And we get some sandworm meat, which I'm sure would be very, very powerful if I actually had any monsters. We're getting close to the point where you can get the best monsters in the game. Though the actual very best monsters you can only get from a couple of mini bosses that are here in this dungeon. All right, let's try out this Angel Wings. Does this work like I think it does? Yeah, it does. Okay, so I can use that directly from the menu rather than having to exit out of the menu and then activate the teleport ability, which is good in this situation because if I had changed map abilities to teleport, I would have had to back out of the menu to actually perform the teleportation, and in that time, maybe some enemies would have gotten the jump on me. But yeah, we can use this to teleport directly back to Final Town, and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to rest at the inn, and then I will be heading back to Central Temple to give it another go. Thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you then.